All right, this is day one of the NAMM. Just got here. Pretty long drive, tried to figure out parking, a bit of a hassle, but now I gotta go wait in line to get my badge and everything. So let's just see. I have no idea what to expect because I haven't been here before. But we are in Anaheim and I'm going to be testing out this camera and this mic. Hopefully I'm not clipping it, but hopefully we can get some good footage from NAMM. Check out some new gear. I'm gonna check out some of the talks and stuff. So I'll be here for a few days. All right, so I'm in a whisper room. I guess this is like a vocal booth. It's just on the floor in NAMM. You can hear how loud it is. So I just saw a talk. There's a booth that is at the mixed with the masters. So they have a lot of like engineers and producers, and Ian Kirkpatrick was just speaking. So I just watched him speaking, and one of the tips that I liked that he gave was using the Saturn II on vocals, but just putting a band on kind of the lower mid-range of your vocals and just like adding, he had like a heavy distortion setting on it, and then he just kind of boosted it a lot to give a lot of like warmth to the vocals. So I thought that was like an interesting thing that he was starting to do. This is a cool little room. I've seen these actually at conferences, so let's just step out and we can take a look and listen to how much louder it is. So there you go.
Welcome to the wild blue, where gravity can't find.
All right, so that's the main hall, I guess. That's the main hall. There's like two halls. There's a smaller hall that has a lot of the plug-in stuff, which is kind of the stuff that I wanted to check out more of, and they have more of the like mixed talks. There's a stage behind me, and then back here is like a lot of the guitars and distributors, a lot of the instruments. A lot of just like random people playing guitars, little setups. Hunter Hayes was playing at the Martin guitar booth, which I thought was pretty interesting. So I gotta go on each booth. There is like a schedule if they have events and stuff. So I gotta go and just like take photos of all the events. But yeah, I've been just like walking around and trying to get my bearings of this whole thing because it's pretty big. This is me at the Pioneer DJ booth. This controller is called the Ominous Duo, and it is this matte blue color. It's compact, it has that screen, it is Bluetooth enabled and also battery powered. So you can travel with it and you can also fit it on your desk. This is my favorite controller from Pioneer DJ that I saw. There's some event going on behind me. She Rocks or something. I don't know, they have like a big wall where everyone's like taking photos and they're dressed up. Anyway, I just was at the Pensado's place, day one, mixed by Ali, and then also Hit Boy and his dad were the panels, or the two guests for the show. And I didn't know too much about Mixed by Ali. Obviously I knew that he was a pretty popular, famous mix engineer, but he had this platform that he mentioned called Engineears. So like Engineers, but it's spelled like engine, ENGINEEARS, which I'm gonna check out. So I've got the Mod Wave by Korg. It's like a wavetable synthesizer, like almost like Serum or a hardware version. I of course have no idea how to use it. This is me playing around with some of the synths at Korg. Here is the Mod Wave MK2. This is a wavetable synthesizer. Here is the Wave State MK2. This is a wavetable sequencing synthesizer. And here is the Op6 MK2. This is the FM synthesizer. Here are the rack mount options of those same synths. The King Korg Neo. Here is a sampling device for live sampling and some more toys at Korg. They definitely have the biggest display of new items, and here is that Omnichord device where you press a button and play a chord. Then here are some headphones from Biodynamics. These are just some of the things I saw at the second day of NAMM. Day 2 of NAMM, day 2 recap. So I saw some great stuff from Korg. They have a lot of like really cool products. They have like a wavetable synthesizer, like an actual physical one, and then also like a rack mount one that looked pretty cool. And then just like some other synths that I was playing around with. And then as far as plugins, I met the owner of Oeksound. I think that's how you pronounce it, but Oeksound, they do Soothe 2, and they have another plugin called Bloom, so I got to check that out, and that was pretty cool. And there's also this thing which is like a chord, I think it's called like the Omnichord or something like that, where it's like you press a button and you play like a chord. I've seen a lot of pop producers using this thing, and it was kind of like an old device. I don't know if they continue making it, but it was like by Suzuki, and they had like a cute little stand. Some of the plugin companies had pretty small booths, which is unfortunate. Like I think Fat Filter had just like a really small booth. Kilohertz, they had a little booth over here. Actually, I'm looking at it. There's like a stand. I don't know if you saw it, but there's like a teeny little tiny stand that has where you can play with phase plan. I saw the Engineears booth, which is the platform mixed by Ali, so that was cool to check that booth out. They had a Maybach there, randomly, like the Mercedes Maybach, which was pretty cool. Definitely like one of the nicest booths. I will say that they spent a lot of time on that booth. Alright, so here's the Prince piano. I just took a photo in front of it. So just to recap, so far I walked through the floor some more. I think I got full coverage of the floor of the big exhibit part. There's like a lot of like part suppliers for guitar parts, and then there's like a drum section. So I kind of just walked through that, and I think I saw everything that I needed to see on the floor. So I think it took me 3 days to get through all of that, just because there's just like so much to see, and I wanted to stop and like play around with some of the synthesizers at some of the booths, and also like focus on checking out more of the plugin companies. And then I went to a talk where it was Leandro Hidalgo, who goes by Dro. He mixed the Tyla Water record. I think that Engineears, the platform mixed by Ali, I'm most impressed about. I haven't heard too much about them until I came to this conference, so that is kind of like one of my biggest takeaways is they're just marketing. They have their own talks. The way that their presentation was done has been really well. That is kind of day 3, so I think that's kind of it for me for NAMM. That's kind of like my NAMM experience. I don't know if I think tomorrow kind of ends earlier because all the exhibitors, they kind of just leave on the third day. They're like packing up. I might just kind of walk around, do some final walks throughout the conference center, and then check out.